Hey guys, so I don't know if you can notice, but I'm using my actual camera today instead of my computer camera. It is actually after midnight right now, and I thought about doing a video. I know, like, me talking about my past, hasn't been just like a thing that I've just come out and been like, hey, let me make a video all about my past and my life and see how people can relate and just connect with me in that sense with, kind of bonding about our history. And it's because I don't really think about it that much, and also that takes a lot of vulnerability, I think, and that's scary to me because, my friends and family see my videos and they don't all know everything about me. I think if it was all strangers, I probably wouldn't be as nervous about talking about myself. But you always kind of got this fear that the people you love just won't accept you or look at you the same way when they know, what has hurt you or changed you in the past. It doesn't mean that that's true, that they're gonna not love you the same way because of the things that are happened to you. But you do have that fear. I just wanted to share with you guys a piece of my past, and a piece of that is that I was molested when I was in high school during a band trip up to Flagstaff. We were performing in marching band, and this guy from my class decided to take advantage of me on the ride back. And I won't go into details, but that's basically what happened. And I actually saw his brother the other day. I don't know if he was there, but I didn't look very closely at the whole table. And when I did look over there, like, the person's head was down that I thought might be him. But I haven't seen them since high school. And his brother and him were both picking on me at the time before I was molested and saying inappropriate things and trying to touch me and grab at me, and saying that I was theirs and stuff like that. But I actually saw him or his brother on a Bumble friend date. I call it a friend date. I don't know. It's just like, what do you call it? A meetup. So I was meeting this girl to just see how we interacted and we could be better friends. But I actually saw him while I was on a friend date. And, I kind of just tried to not think about it and stay calm and just be like, he's just a person. He can't do anything to me right now. He's eating dinner with his family. He probably doesn't even recognize me or remember me. He did keep looking over at our table, but that might just be because I was looking over there from time to time. I didn't tell her what was going on, but I was being kind of weird about going to the bathroom because, of course, I had to walk directly past them in order to go to the bathroom. And so I was like, yeah, like, she had to go too, so she's like, I could go with her or whatever, and it wasn't weird. And I just said, like, oh, I just had, a bad experience with them in high school or something, and then didn't, like, tell her what happened. And that's kind of weird I feel like, to say on a second meetup. And then just after that we left, so it wasn't a big thing, but it just was interesting to me how I didn't dwell on it for a lot of time. Like, I didn't have, I feel like usually, like, in the past when I've seen them, I'll have like a mini panic attack, but I think I'm just like not that person anymore, which is good to know that I'm like stronger and know that I can hold my own and don't need to be afraid of them anymore. And yeah, what happened was unfortunate, and it led to me doing some unhealthy things in order to cope with that. It just was something that was on my mind, and I just thought that if anyone out there can relate and, you know, understand how I felt, like how it just feels to like not, like, I don't know, just like realize you're not the same person that you were before, because honestly it was uncomfortable, and yes, I did, you know, not want to walk alone past them, but because I still had a little bit of fear, but it was like this, a little bit of irrational fear, like what if they try to talk to me or something, and I just thought that if someone else was there, if that happened, I would feel braver or more comfortable. And I don't know, I feel like I would usually have to talk about it, you know, like talk about it with someone and be like, or text someone and be like, oh my god, I just saw this person from my past who, you know, it was really triggering and upsetting. And because before, even when I saw somebody that looked somewhat like him, like my heart would start pounding, I would not be able to breathe right, I would just like start having this anxiety, like this major anxiety. And maybe it's because I have someone else to fear now, who's worse than them. And I guess I can tell you guys that, I mean, why not? I've already told you the other thing. I was raped, let's say 5 years ago. So maybe in my head, I'm thinking, oh, it could be worse. It could be that person, you know. I have that person to fear more so than those people, because he actually took it to that level. I mean, being molested, don't get me wrong, is bad. They're both bad in their own way, but sometimes in my head I think when I was being molested at that time, I was thinking, oh, it could be worse, I could be raped, you know. I just want to be real, but I don't want to get hurt, I guess. That's the fear, I think, of being real, is like getting hurt. Like if I'm too real, if I'm too honest, am I gonna be hurt? And I think that's why I want to do this, because I want to get rid of that fear. And if it can help anyone out there that's struggling with feeling alone in this, and if, I mean, there's people all over the world that have to see their abusers every day. I mean, when I was molested, I had to see him at school all the time, and that's when I built up my eating disorder, and I had some self-harm going on, just to deal with that, just to deal with the pain, deal with the discomfort, deal with the loss of control, feeling like I had no control, because I couldn't stop from really seeing him at school every day. Yeah, I could have changed schools, but I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to give up my friends. I didn't want to give up the things I had going on at school because of him, you know. I wanted to be strong, and I wanted to seem strong. And I always kind of had this this like resting bitch face, and people were just like, I was so intimidating, and I never realized it. And that's, I know, random, but that's one of the reasons why I have it, is because like from those days where I would just like, you know, look straight ahead, nobody look at me, nobody talk to me, like just leave me alone, let me get through this. It was just like walking through the halls, walking anywhere around school, I would be like that, because I wanted, if I did see him, I wanted, you know, to look like I wasn't, you know, scared, that I wasn't afraid, and just seemed like I had everything together, and that I didn't care about him or what happened, I guess. love you guys, and if any of you can relate to what I'm saying, or you have any feedback or anything that you want to say, just let me know, and I'll reply as soon as I can. And I'm wishing you guys peace and love, and just so much joy and happiness, and just all around goodness, because there's just so much that we take for granted, even in this time where things are hard, things are different, and we just need to take time to really embrace what we do have. And sometimes we lose sight of that, and it doesn't mean you're a bad person, or you're a bad mom, or a bad dad, or a bad friend, or just bad at all. It just happens. You lose sight of things, and then you just take a moment to gain that sight back and be who you were before, or be a better version of who you were before. And yeah, that's really all I wanted to say in this video. Just be honest what I'm going through, because I'm a happy person. I like being funny, I like being entertaining, but I also have real things that happen to me, and real things that I still think about, and real things that I still go through, and we all do. We're not just happy people all the time, just going through life. But I love you all, and I hope wherever you are, you're having a great time. I know it's a weird thing to say, but I do. I hope you're having a good time, and that you're taking care of yourself. Okay. I'll talk to you guys later.